Welcome to Marriage is Hard But Worth It. We planned on taking just a 2-week hiatus for the holidays, but technology said otherwise last week. So
yeah, our USB plug-in for the microphones on the phones went kaput, and we had to order 2 more. So new and improved.
So this week, we're going to continue to talk faith, marriage, and practical ways to honor God together. I'm Kaylyn.
And I'm Steve, but I think you guys know that by now.
We hope so.
Today's topic is one of the most talked about and debated subjects in marriage. It is finances.
Ooh, fun.
Who is in charge of the moolahs?
You know, money brings both opportunity and conflict. And I mean, this one's a perfect one to start the year because we're just coming out of Christmas.
Yeah, I hope you all had your, lima beans or black-eyed peas?
Your black-eyed peas for New Year's.
Yeah.
We did not.
No, they're gross.
I can't do it. But the question isn't just about who's going to write that check. It's about being together as a partner and honoring God with what He's entrusted us with financially.
Right. So, I mean, today we're going to explore the biblical approach to financial leadership, teamwork, and ultimately peace in your marriage, because that is one of the most common things that tears a marriage apart is finances.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the most the second most reason for divorce behind adultery.
And number 3 was we got drunk in Vegas and didn't want to do it after we woke up the next morning.
Yeah. I mean, that didn't happen with us. The whole what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas didn't happen. I brought him back. So that'll be 9 years this year. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
So first, it's super important to understand that in a marriage, it's not just one person or the other. It is a partnership. Mm-hmm. Now, while we are told that the man is to be the provider and the head of the household, that doesn't mean that you don't get any input. Correct.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that doesn't mean that I don't contribute or I don't get an input on where our stuff goes. You know, so you have to understand that your marriage is a partnership, and Ephesians 5:21 says it perfect when he tells us submit to one another in reverence to Christ.
Mm-hmm.
But that principle applies to, your finances, your children, your everyday life. It's not just to each other. And it's not about who's in charge, but it's about simply working together, which that took us 8 years into our marriage to realize.
We're a little bit of late learners.
Just a little bit. Because we were so used to,
the secular way of doing things.
That, I was always on my own. Like, I paid all my bills. I busted my tail to make sure all the bills were paid. I didn't have somebody to help me. And in your first marriage, you got yelled at for buying an energy drink and a candy bar at the gas station.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
So we kept our money separate for so long, and then we wondered why we were always broke, even though we made over 6 figures. Yeah. We were like, why are we broke?
Yep.
So,
but it's a great leading in for working together, because Genesis 2:18, it's not good for a man to be alone. I will make him a suitable helper.
Mm-hmm. And that doesn't mean that I have, that you're when God says He makes a helpmate, He made Eve out of Adam's rib for a reason.
Right. Eve was not Adam's maid.
Or, dominant over him. Like,
right.
That's not to say that I can't make more money than you, or you can't make more money than me. We've had that in our marriage where...
Mm-hmm. There have been years where you've carried it, and there's been years where I've carried it.
Shoot, you carried it for the first...
For a long time.
First 8 years we were together. Not even just 8 years of marriage. The first 8 years we were together, like, until I got into the car industry and started making the money that I was making, you dominated. There were a couple times within that 8 years where, I had to work extra and miss out on a bunch of stuff because you were on strike. And so I had to step up and,
Well, yeah, and it didn't help that the previous place where I worked, their idea of work-life balance is you have no life, your life is work.
Correct. And then, when you were, I remember, I'll never forget, because I was working at a trailer at the time, when you guys went on strike in 2019, you were getting $250 a week in strike pay, but that $145 of that was going to your ex-wife for child support. So
I was getting nothing.
That was your gas money, essentially, for
to go to strike duty. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I was busting my tail at E-Trailer to put in more orders and do more things so I could get paid more hourly. And then I would go serve or bartend at night to
And then when my strike duty was over, I spent the majority of the day doing gig work.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're not always going to have one or the other. So that's why having a helpmate when it comes to finances is so crucial.
Yeah, I mean, it breaks it down pretty good. I mean, it's not passive. It's equal and intentional and active participation between the both of you.
Yeah. And when you don't have that helpmate that wants to go do something or help with the finances, and also being a helpmate doesn't necessarily mean that you have to help financially either, because there are a lot of men and women who are stay-at-home parents, and that's just as fine. But you need to be, if you're going to be a stay-at-home parent,
everything in that house better be in order.
Correct. And I'm not saying that your house has to be spick and span and, inspection ready clean, but make sure that dinner's ready and make sure that the kids are fed and trust me, I promise you, I understand that not every night's going to be perfect. Kids are wonderful, but they are a handful sometimes. I get it.
Especially young ones.
And so we're not telling you that, you have to have a spick and span. And if dinner is chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese, guess what? Dinner's chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese.
I will make
better be dino nuggets.
I was going to say, I will make the one request. They better be of the dino variety.
So, God makes you a helpmate, and you're such an a-hole. We don't do dino nuggies in our house. We never have, never will.
Sad face.
Oh, come get him, please.
Say, John miss us? I know you miss us.
So, the Bible is really big on leadership in a household, and it says that the man is to be the head of the household. But he doesn't say that the man has to be financially the head of the household.
Or it doesn't mean that they have unilateral control in the ultimate decision.
Correct. But the leadership that the man has in the house is about responsibility, accountability, and that servant-hearted guidance.
Mm-hmm.
So, it took us a while to do it, but we sat down probably about September, October-ish, I think, is right as I switched to the new dealership that I absolutely love. We sat down, we did a budget. Mm-hmm. Have we stuck to it?
No, the holidays ruined that. Right out the gate.
But we sat down, we did a budget. And that was the first time we've done that in 10 years. And it helps. I'm not going to say that it hasn't helped. It has helped.
It definitely proved that there was some waste in there that could have been trimmed out.
Yeah. I think we've got some of it trimmed out, but we don't have all of it trimmed out. But we sat down as responsible partners and looked at where we were spending our money and how we were spending our money and what we needed to focus on. And the biggest thing that we learned we need to focus on is your student loans.
Yeah.
And mine as well, to help. Now, we know that you're going to have normal debt, rent, mortgage, car payments, insurance, stuff like that. But the excess debt, the credit cards, the student loans, the loans we took out a couple of years ago because we were flailing.
Yeah, we were drowning.
And not because neither one of us were working. We were working. It's just inflation.
Yeah.
The way prices were going and what we were making weren't matching.
The math was not met.
not even close. So that kind of leads us into what Proverbs tells us.
Yeah, honor the Lord with your wealth and with the fruits, with the first fruits of all of your crops. Then your barns will be filled overflowing. Your vats will brim over with new wine.
Yeah.
I don't drink anymore.
Friday night didn't count. No, and we've noticed that in our finances since we started putting God back into the center of our life, we've been able to.
It's funny because, you look at something you would have thought about buying just like that. Now all of a sudden there's a pull going, do you really need that, or are you just
buying it just to buy it?
Yeah.
No, I still have that problem.
Yeah, but your compulsive buying's a lot more compulsive than mine.
Hey, now. I blame it on my ADHD. I'll just blame that. But I'm one of those that if I want it, I'm going to buy it. That's why he says it's impossible to buy me something for Christmas.
Yeah. Because she's like, oh, I want that. Mine.
Mm-hmm.
And with me, I'm like, ooh, I want that, but I'm going to wait.
And then
next thing you know, I've got a list this long of what I'm waiting for, and it makes it super easy.
Yeah. But I don't always wait till Christmas to buy it either. I buy it whenever. He'll send it to me on Facebook Messenger, be like, ooh, look at this. I really like it.
And then I don't buy it.
And then he doesn't buy it, and then I buy it because I'm like, whatever, you need it. You said you wanted it. So, like I said, it's not about who. God doesn't say that he has to be in charge of finances. So that's where you work out who's going to take over the budgeting and the paying the bills and tracking the expenses. And I've gotten to the point now where it's just for, second nature on payday for me to just go in and pay all the bills because I know what the passwords are. I know when they're due.
Mm-hmm.
Please, God, don't take me anytime soon because he'd be lost on when bills are due.
Right.
And it's not that you wouldn't know how to log into all the apps, but you have zero idea when the big bills are due.
Right.
Other than rent and the car payment.
And then budgeting, that's usually my idea of budgeting is, okay, all the bills are paid. We're not spending any more money.
Yeah. And then I'm like, but I want this. And he's like, no.
I was saying, but that also leans into the collaboration because if you're thinking about buying something, you don't buy it without calling me first and going, what do you think? And I do the same thing.
Correct. I mean, we just did that with a car. Like and I'm super thankful that my parents helped us get into the Bronco sport when we needed it a year and a half ago. But it was time for it to go because where we thought we didn't need a third row anymore, our children decided they wanted girlfriends. And so we needed this space again. And with your bowling stuff, the Santa Cruz wasn't really working.
Yeah, no.
Feasibly. And so we sat down and we looked at our budget and okay, it makes sense to trade this in. One, because it was the only vehicle that didn't have an accident on it. And two, my mom and dad were like, hey, it's time to get us off this loan. And so... And
it was the vehicle that had the least amount of inequity in it.
Yeah. And so we made the decision to trade it in. And
just an FYI, if you've got a car 2020 or older, it's not that you don't, it's not a matter of if you have inequity in it, it's how much.
It's how much. COVID kind of messed that all up. And now buying cars from, about 2024 and on, you'll be okay. But that's either here, but we sat down and we had the conversation, and then I went while you were
still working,
and I went to the dealership and
laid the groundwork,
did everything, and then Saturday you went and picked it up and made me wait
and she
to
thinks,
drive it.
She thinks I was born yesterday. No,
yeah, he came to see me at work.
Well, here's the ultimate story of it is she goes, hey, when you go to pick up the car on Saturday, I need you to bring me X and Y.
I did. I sent him on a mission to go find the new Alani flavor.
It's great. No problem. I can definitely do that. But she was expecting me to go sign all the documents, take permanent possession of the car, and then go do that. And then she was going to dump me off with the 2017 Journey. We didn't do that. We went in and we said, hey, can I get the keys to the car? I haven't test drove it yet. Went to go get said product. Went to go drop it off. She's sitting there cheesing with the keys like, here, take the piece of crap car. Give me the good one. I'm like,
no, it's not the piece of crap car. It's the kid's car.
It's the piece of crap car. But anyway, she's like dangling it in front of me going, here, take your car. And I'm like, no. I haven't signed anything yet. I got to go back.
But see, here's the thing. We're trading in the car that I drove on a regular basis, and somebody over here hit a deer with his truck. Or else we wouldn't be driving the Dodge Journey right now that belongs to the kid. So, ugh.
But yeah, I was like, she's got this big grand master plan, and I'm not on board with it.
That's because he didn't want to drive the other wrecked car.
No, because I knew, and it's not that I didn't want to drive the Journey. It's I knew how you were, and I knew what you were doing, and I'm like, no, we're going to throw a monkey wrench in those plans.
But that's what he gets for trading in the car that I've been driving. That's my car, so I had to give up my baby to get another one, and so yeah. But I've had it for the last 2 days, and I'll have it again tomorrow. And
yeah, I won't get it till Tuesday, which is fine.
No, you have the Journey. You'll get it when you get your truck back.
Excuse me, that was not an agreement.
Hey, we're not cursing on this.
I didn't. I censored myself.
So here goes the next one. Money disagreements often come in the form of miscommunication.
Because you openly said, "Hey, on days you bowl, you can drive the Outlander."
When
I
you
bowl
don't
on
have
Tuesday.
a hatchback vehicle.
Does the hatchback work?
I don't know. We haven't tried to open the hatch since it's broken. I don't know.
Exactly.
We'll go
the
test
hatch
it
doesn't work.
We'll
No. You told me not to touch it.
We'll see what happens on Tuesday morning because I get up first.
No, you do not. Your alarm may go off first, but you do not get up first.
I do get up first because I have to take the dogs out because you don't get up with the dogs.
Yeah, but you ain't going to work at 5:30 in the morning.
No, but I'm going to go to the gym. Anyways. So Proverbs 15:22 says that plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed. And, those advisors aren't just us and God, but sometimes it includes our parents. Like, we still go to our parents for advice when it comes to fight. We don't always like said advice.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Sometimes we take it, sometimes we don't.
But we still go to talk to them. And, I have a financial advisor that I've sold a couple cars to that we need to make an appointment with to talk to because we're not getting any younger.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to be honest about the situation. Like, financially wise, I'm more frugal, so saving more than spending is kind of a strength of mine, which I kind of wish I could, dust a little bit of that off onto you.
I know. And a lot of that too comes with,
but you're better at paying, making sure everything's paid on time and things like that. So, I mean, we equal each other out.
We do. And we've gotten to the point now where we've been helping the kids with their stuff, like teaching them about credit and teaching them about saving money and the importance of working and that not everything is handed to you on a silver platter. Like, we refuse to have those kids that are going to go into adulthood here in the next couple of years
and be completely bamboozled.
Yeah, or thinking that, this planet owes them something. This earth owes us nothing. God owes us nothing. And we owe God everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we have so many people who think they're entitled to everything or entitled to this and that, and you're not. And you can get mad at me all you want, but you're not entitled to anything.
Yeah, you're not special, and nobody owes you anything.
So we want to make sure we send the kids, and the kids are pretty good with their finances. Seth's starting to get a little.
Seth's got a little more of your traits in him.
Well, and that's because it's his first girlfriend, and he's excited. And
Bentley's got more of my traits because you could ask our youngest son how much he's got in his savings account, and he can tell you in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, and he doesn't ask to transfer it out of his savings account into his checking account. Like, he worked last year for a little bit during the summer, and then realized that wasn't the place for him, and he'll start working again in April or May after. But yeah, the dude 16.
Hasn't worked in 5-6 months, and he still has money in his savings account.
Yeah, and he still has money to spend because he's got Christmas money, birthday money, cash that he has stashed in his room that we don't even know about.
Great.
Seth can save his money, and he's good at it. But this is his first girlfriend. Right. So he's overly excited.
He gets those impulses.
He wants to buy her things because, she had a bad day or whatever. So we've got to kind of teach him to kind of rein that in a little bit. Not that getting your significant other as a gift is a bad thing, but you've got to kind of plan better how you do it and when you do it and stuff like that. So, that kind of goes straight into, practical tips for managing money as a spouse and as a family. And the first thing is to set joint goals. Which that was our biggest mistake for the longest time, is we didn't have a destination we wanted to get to. Correct. And now, I'm knocking on 40's door. You're at 40 and retirement's around the corner. So now the next goal that we need to do is get aggressive with saving money because... Well, not necessarily saving money, but you got to get aggressive on making the money we do save actually make money. Yeah. And then, like we say, create that budget. Because, newsflash, everybody, you can't save your way to retirement. No. You have to have invest. You have to have that money make money. It's the only way. So that's where I kind of want to get with Michael and have him help us get to where we want to be by the time we're 65. And because I know one of your goals is to do the PBA 50 and up. Yeah, and I want to be done working by 55. That's 15 years from now, and we are not set up for that. To be fully transparent, we're not set up for that. Is that the goal? Yeah. Can we get there? Yeah. It may be a little bit of boom or bust investing, but yeah. And creating that budget. And if you are going to do a boom or bust strategy where you have a greater risk of losing money, make sure you're both okay with it before you do it. Yeah. Just FYI. And I'm okay. It scares me a little bit, but I mean, that's what we pay Michael for. So he'll figure out how to make it to where we don't go from $500,000 to nothing. He'll overnight make sure that he moves stuff around. He's going to be making sure that he doesn't invest with the Wolf of Wall Street. Correct. So if you need a great financial advisor, I've got one on speed dial. I promised him that I would come to him because he did buy 2 cars from me. His lease is bad up. I need to contact him anyways. It's about time for him to get a new one. Anyways. And then when you create that budget that like we've done, we need to make sure we stick to it. Yeah. And make sure that it's not him setting the budget and being like, okay, this is how it is. You've got to have that conversation together. Okay, here's where we're spending. What can we cut back on? Right. What subscriptions can we get rid of? Mm-hmm. What do we have to have and what don't we have to have? And we cut out a couple subscriptions. Probably some more we could cut out. But I'd say Audible, Hulu, ESPN. We're not getting rid of Hulu. Sorry, my shows are back on Thursdays. That's not going anywhere. ESPN can go, but that week had that because our son. But he said it's not what it used to be, so that could go away. Disney Plus could go away because I have his ex-wife's login. Thanks, Kelly. How to violate the second commandment? I didn't know. She gave me the login. I didn't steal it. She gave it to me. You're going to go home and you're going to log into your parents' Netflix account. Congratulations. Second commandment failure. Thou shalt not steal. You're stealing. I'm not. Because it was given to me. Well, if that's the case, then your in-laws are doing so because they're logged into our Amazon Prime. Let's say another great example. The 8th commandment, thou shalt not lie. When you get a new electronic and you just scroll all the way down and click that box that said you read it, congratulations, you're a liar. Because you know dang good well you didn't read it. I don't. And then you got to decide on the financial leadership together. So figure out who's going to be in charge of paying the bills, who's going to be in charge of making sure the budget is the way it is. But then when it comes to major decisions, which we used to do them separately, but now we were like, okay, well, we need to get a new car, we need to get new cell phones, or because, yours is dying or the boys are dying, and or when we move in a couple years, the finding of a house, like those are all the major decisions we do together. Yep. But like paying the bills and stuff like that, that's just an automatic. I wake up, I blink my eyes a couple times on payday, and I go in and I start paying bills before I've even crawled out of the bed.
I was going to say, and it's not payday, it's distribution day.
It's exchange day.
It is distribution day.
Our employers say, here you go, and all of our bills say, okay, it's mine now. I love exchange day. And maybe we'll have some money left over. Maybe. This one's super important that we just started doing again, and that's praying about your finances. The biggest thing that we were worried about when we went into getting this new car that we got this past weekend was whether we were going to be able to do it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because full transparency, neither one of us have been the best with finances, and some of those decisions are biting us in our rear now that we're in our late 30s and early 40s.
Yeah, just an FYI, a master's degree is really expensive.
Yeah. So, some of the decisions we've made are right. So we didn't know if we were going to get what we needed, and we prayed about it, and the song "The Lord Will Provide" is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
We had an instant approval. Did we still need a little bit of help? Yeah. And, shout out to my parents for helping get us what we needed. We appreciate it. Now, do we have to pay my parents back? Absolutely. And even if we didn't have to, would we? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But, God did what we needed him to do. He provided us a way to help my mom with what she was requesting.
Mm-hmm.
And it helped us get what we needed,
mm-hmm.
but also not put us into more of a financial burden.
Right.
Because we weren't any closer to paying off the Bronco than we are this. So,
no, not really.
So we were...
17 payments.
Yeah. We hadn't made a big dent in the Bronco payment. No. So we were good with getting out of it.
Yep.
And then making regular check-ins, which we need to get better at this, of sitting down and at the end of every month looking, okay, this is where we spent all of our money last month. Now we're going into a fresh month. Where can we do better?
Mm-hmm.
And that way there's not that misunderstanding of...
And things can't compound and
you get angry and you don't talk to each other, and now you're mad at each other because I spent more money than what I was allotted or what we had discussed. Shush it over there. If he goes missing, y'all.
Again, I'm not thinking of harming myself, and I'm not suicidal.
Anyways, but that's something that we need to work on.
Yeah,
it's just getting together on the last day of the month,
touch points, and
figure out, okay, so here's where we spent money this month. We won't do it this month because we're halfway through the month. We haven't even touched the budget.
Yeah.
But come February, that Sunday, February 1st, we can sit down. We can, okay, here's our budget for the month. How are we looking?
Damage assessments.
Then sit down on the 28th of the month and be like, okay, this is what we talked about February 1st. Here's where we were on the 28th. Now we're going into March.
This is what we succeeded at. This is where we need to actually pay more attention.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys need a link to the spreadsheet that we have, let me know and I'll send it to you. So those regular check-ins are super important. So,
and they say money can't buy you happiness, but you're right, it can't buy you happiness, but they are kind of intertwined a little bit. Matthew 6:21, for where your treasure is, there your heart will also be.
Money can't buy happiness, says no one who goes on a cruise.
I was going to say, they always say money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a boat.
Yup. And I can't wait for the next one.
It can buy me a boat.
So, we joke. But no, it's not wrong. Money can buy you temporary happiness, whether that be a vacation or something you buy, but at the end of the day, money can't buy that heavenly happiness. You can't buy your way into heaven.
Absolutely not.
Because
the rich person's got a better chance of going through an eye of a needle.
Mm-hmm. Because, you were ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You can't take your stuff with you Now, I get it. We all put sentimental stuff in our loved ones' caskets when they pass away, but I promise you it's not going with them.
No.
Because, managing money, it talks about, where your treasure is, your heart is also. That treasure needs to be heaven. It doesn't need to be the earthly things, the earthly money, but that doesn't mean that you put all of that earthly stuff to the side either, because managing money isn't just about the numbers. It's about your values, your priorities, and where that heart aligns.
Yeah.
And part of managing money too, and it doesn't get talked about a lot, is tithing. I mean, I know the Bible says in the Old Testament it talks about 10%.
10%. Give the good Lord his 10%.
Realistically, 10% isn't always easy to do. We have weeks where we put in $100. We have weeks where we can only do $10. It's giving back to God in a way that is, what's the word I'm looking for? Sincere and not begrudging.
Yeah.
You have to realize, because your church building, guys, isn't just run off of hopes and dreams. We do still, as a congregation, have to put back into the church.
Right.
That's not saying
because things break and they cost money.
Yeah, or the light bill needs to be paid, or the gas bill needs to be paid, and so tithing back to your congregation is a commandment. It is something that God tells us to do. Now,
if you're going to like the mega church like Joel Osteen, he don't need no more money.
No, but a little congregation like we go to that's 30 to 40 people a service. I mean,
yeah,
they're not asking or demanding it, but pitching back in is something that we do when we can.
And even in that aspect too, I mean, tithing's not necessarily always a monetary thing, because you can also donate your time, and your time is valuable to them as well.
Volunteering with your congregation, whether that be something in the community, or leading women's Bible study or men's Bible study, or helping with youth group and stuff like that. So, like I said, managing money isn't just solely about numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So, at the end of the day, who should be in charge of finances? And the answer isn't the man or the woman, it's both of you.
Yeah, it's an equal partnership, just like anything else.
So, Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do, work it with all of your heart, as working for the Lord, not for the human masters. So, yes, we do. You work for the world, but you also need to take what you do in the world and give it to God.
Mm-hmm.
So when you approach money as a shared responsibility, it makes things less daunting.
Yeah. Yeah, and and when you share those responsibilities and you are open and transparent, there's no big surprise, like, big giant purchase that dramatically changes your financial output. Mm-hmm. It's not going to happen without one not knowing about it from the other.
Yeah. And then, we're really good. So
guys, that means don't go buy the bass boat without letting the wife know first.
Yeah, Cody. Even though I know the agreement was if you married her, you got a boat. You still don't have that boat, do you?
I was like, there's no statute. There was no time limit on that.
It wasn't our marriage. So
there was no time limit on that agreement. The time expires when Cody dies.
That's true. Sorry, Amanda, you do still owe him a boat. He did his part. And they've been married, 8 years now. So, maybe it's time for a boat. I know.
Man, when you get old, the time does not go the same speed. Like, that was yesterday.
Well, shoot, you coming to see me in Indianapolis was yesterday, and here we are 10 years later.
Yeah.
So there's that. So we appreciate you guys joining us today.
Sorry we made you wait so long. I hope the return was worth it.
Yeah. We
Hey, and you know what? This wasn't actually one of those absolutely dead serious heavy episodes. We actually had a little bit of fun time with this one.
And finances can be daunting, but please understand that when you work together, it makes it less daunting. Like we hated discussing finances I would say the first 5-ish years. We would not talk finances. He paid his bills, I paid my bills, and that's just how it was. Like, we didn't discuss how to do it together, and once we started doing it together, it magically became a whole lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, and we've got a couple of other episodes to get through this month, but just in the business, we call this a little teaser. Y'all are going to like next month.
Yeah. So next week, we get to talk about healthy communication and being overly competitive.
I plead the fifth.
This one's perfect for you.
I reserve the right to not incriminate myself. I plead the fifth.
Whatever. He's about the most competitive person out there. So, we're going to end in prayer like we've been doing the last couple ones, and this one is perfect. Like I said, we've been getting this out of The Marriage Gift that Aaron and Jennifer Smith wrote. This one's called Money Management. So, dear Lord, thank you for all that you've given us and how you provide for our every need. Thank you for trusting us with money and for guiding us on how best to use it. Please shape our perspectives and beliefs about money. May we not wrestle with the love of money and the craving for wealth and material things, and may financial security not take the place of you in our hearts, but rather help us to see money as a resource to care for our family and to bless others. We pray our money management brings you glory. Teach us your ways about money and show us how to manage our finances as we work together to budget well. Help us communicate respectfully so that we can hear each other's hearts on the matter of money management and can stick to the boundaries that we've set as a couple. May we always hold our money loosely so that it is not an idol in our lives. Heavenly Father, please help us live with radical generosity, giving away our resources to fulfill needs as you see fit. Be magnified as we steward our money well. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So, have a great week, everyone, and we will see you next Sunday.